Now, yesterday there were three games that featured Western Conference matchups that we might see in the playoffs. We might not. Who knows? It's too early to tell, but it's going to be interesting nonetheless. Now, the Clippers and Mavericks, they've seen each other in the playoffs twice now over the last two seasons. And it was interesting to watch because now both teams didn't play their main players late in the game, but early on you could see the matchup. Luka was, of course, phenomenal, and he made sure that Porzingis had his touches, and Porzingis, he did take advantage of his touches, man. He did well. And this Dallas team, they look to be rejuvenated. They look like they're trying to get back to where they have a more stable, team with Jason Kidd now at the helm. They don't want to have a rocky start with him to where, people are going to be questioning Jason Kidd. Is he a good coach? And the media is going to come and clamor for Luka Doncic to leave the team like they're doing to Zion right now. It's annoying, but that's what's going to happen if anything crazy happens in Dallas to where they're not starting as well as they expect to. They went on an early hot start. They led by as much as 15 points, I think. There were some good plays, like with Luka passing it to Amori late in the first quarter. That was beautiful. Now, what got my attention are two players that I think Dallas is going to have to insert in this lineup at some point. And a player in Frank Ntilikina who looks good. Yeah, he actually looks good. And I think he wasn't given a fair chance to compete in Thibodeau's team. And I think it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. The NBA is a business, and now he's in a team to where he could be a good backup to Doncic, or he could play along with Jalen Brunson as well. But right now he's competing for that backup spot since Brunson is not playing, and he's competing with Trey Burke to get those minutes. And it's quite interesting how he plays on defense. He had a nice contest on Keon Johnson, although he did foul him. And another player in the Mavericks that he should get some playing time at some point in the season. Moses Brown, man. I know Carly Steins in this team as well, and Dwight Powell. I like what he's doing. As a fellow Canadian, I'm rooting for him. He can be that dead-eye shooter that Luka Doncic needs instead of Maxi Kleber. Okay, and he's also a good defensive player, so I would love for Powell to really elevate his game there. Now, Moses Brown, though, he might get some minutes, man. He's really good. He looks really good, and he had a good run late in last season with the OKC Thunder, and I'm pretty sure the Mavericks were going to try to funnel him in this lineup to try to insert him so that he can have a role in his team. Okay, unfortunately, he had to go through off season where he was traded twice. I know it's always sad to see, but it's a business. That's how it is. With Moses Brown being in the game and all that, they scored over 60 points in the paint, man. That team, whoo! If they add players that can score in the paint to where Luka now doesn't have to work as hard, oh my gosh, that Dallas team is an instant contender in my eyes if they can cash in on all those players they've acquired. Now the Clippers, they were down 15. I already talked about that, but they came back right there in the first quarter to make it a game. And since then, it was a close game to where the Mavericks did eventually pull off the win, but Clippers, they look interesting. There's still no timetable for Kawhi's return. And from what we've seen from Paul George, Reggie Jackson, and the likes, they played well. I think it wasn't a bad game from them. They're just getting their feet acclimated to the NBA again. I know I say that word a lot. I'm sorry. It's just the best word I can come up with. Now, players that did play well for them that I think people should keep an eye on. Hardenstein with a great third quarter. Holy shit, that third quarter was amazing. Harry Giles was good too. He looks promising for the Clippers. If anything goes wrong in terms of, Paul George, Kawhi not being able to, win it all, and Kawhi or Paul George eventually wanting to leave, do you have players like Harry Giles that are there? And apparently, Boston was a player that played with Bronny James in high school, and then you have people talking about how Boston, he's actually a star, but he looked good. He did look solid in this game, but I'm not sure what he's going to do in this lineup. I'm not even sure if he's going to be in this lineup coming into the regular season. I think he's going to be a G League player probably, but that's not a bad thing. That could just put him in the position to where he could develop his game even further. Now, our second of three installments is the Minnesota Timberwolves and Denver Nuggets. And woo! This game, for some reason, felt like a playoff game at times, man. It did. Like, this was a legit game. Okay, overtime in a preseason? I know, right? I thought it was going to be a tie game and the game would end essentially there because it doesn't matter who wins a preseason game, right? But no, they played OT, guys. Oh my gosh. So right off the bat, you have Jokic with a highlight pass from the inbound, full court to Aaron Gordon. That was just amazing. Holy shit. If you go to the highlights, you'll see it early in the first quarter. It's just Jokic is MVP, and you can see why. And then you have some interesting additions in this team that I did not know about. And I'm late to the game sometimes. I hear about things pretty late. Jeff Green is now a Denver Nugget. Congratulations to him. He played well in Brooklyn, and I think he deserves to have a spot on this team. Now, the Nuggets, I think, with Murray out, they're going to have to rely on players like Monte Morris and Campazzo to really play well. Campazzo didn't seem to have a good game. Now, that could be false. I had a hard time watching that game when there were other crazy games going on in terms of the Miami game, and then the Lakers Golden State game was heating up. So I had to watch those games. But Campazzo didn't seem to play well. In preseason games, you see teams, losing focus on defense, and Denver Nuggets, if they want to have a good season, if they want to be contenders, they need to clean that up because that wasn't nice. You allow Minnesota, a team that you're supposed to beat, to come back on you regularly. That's not good. You really need to clean that up. Bones Highland, I had no idea who this guy was before today, man. I have no idea who this guy was before the preseason, man. This guy is lit. He's fire. He's nice. 18 points in the third quarter. This guy is a baller. He needs to be inserted into this lineup somehow. Okay. Unfortunately, you had Jeff Green being poked in the eye. I hope he's doing well. Now, Bull, he had his moments in the game. He really did have his moments. He had a beautiful, like, two-block sequence. Oh my gosh. By the way, Bull, please, man, if you're watching this video, which I doubt he is, please break it off with that Instagram girl you're dating. Please, bro. We're all praying for you, bro. We don't want to see the same situation happen with you, bro. You're better than this, man. Also, the Denver Nuggets struggled with turnovers. They turned over the ball way too much. And in overtime, and Ken Carr played very well. He had a lot of key baskets. But unfortunately, the Minnesota Timberwolves won the game. And I'm going to talk about the Timberwolves because they did a good job staying in the game when they were down double digits early in the first quarter. Jokic and Anthony Towns matching up. That was a feisty matchup, man. You even got, I think, Coach Malone getting a technical because of how spicy it was getting inside the paint with those two playing each other. Now, the Wolves, man, they were hustling on the defensive end, which is always a good sign for good stuff to happen in the regular season, man. The Timberwolves, they look focused. They look like they want to prove people wrong this season. They look like they want to be a playoff team. They want to actually excel. They want that monkey off their back, man. Russell, he did struggle in the game, but Russell is looking to actually get that monkey off his back as well, man. This team is full of players with chip on their shoulders, man. This team, I'm pretty sure, is going to be laughed at if they start the season off in a losing streak, but look, it's going to be a long season for them. They're going to have to really rely on their team play. They're going to have to rely on players like Nazar Reed as a backup center, which I really like, by the way. That guy is a good backup center, man. Malik Beasley playing his former team, that was interesting to watch. He's a good player. He had some good moments. Now, of course, he didn't play much because obviously it's a preseason. Speaking of Minnesota having problems late in the game, the referees did miss a goaltending call when Bobo did block that shot, and that was unfortunate. But fortunately for Minnesota, they did end up winning that game because of Jaylen Nowell. No, not Jaylen Brown. And I know if you see his picture, he looks like Jaylen Brown. So it's like they're brothers, except their first name is the same, not their last name. It's weird, I know. That's just what a coincidence, right? But yeah, Nowell played well. Nowell played well. Like, guys, this guy is a stud. Like, he's good. I'm not sure if he's going to be put in the lineup at some point in the season, but I think they should consider him because, wow. He had some clutch mid-range shots that were Kawhi-like. I know. I can't believe I'm saying that myself. That's crazy, man. Last matchup of the day. Lakers, Warriors. Oh my God. I don't have much to say, guys. I really don't have much to say. A lot of it has already been said by people. And this game really didn't show much because Although Westbrook, LeBron did play, they didn't play much in the second half. Actually, I don't even think they did play in the second half. And Stephen Curry and Jordan Poole, they played a lot in the third quarter. And they scored a combined 58 points after three quarters. So you could tell the Warriors, they were trying to win that game. They were just trying to stamp their feet. And you'll get ready for the opening game that's going to feature those two teams. And Toscano Anderson, he looks good. He had a nice play where he was fighting for a rebound, and then he passed it to Jordan Poole, who shot a three-pointer. Holy shit, man. I see why people are hyping up Jordan Poole, man. Jordan Poole is really good. Oh my god. Klay Thompson, I'm not sure when he's going to return, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be fine without him because Jordan Poole, again, is a legit stud. Guys, this guy, whoo, this guy's good, man. I did not think he was this good. Now, of course, Lakers, I gotta talk about them because people love the Lakers. Westbrook was in midseason form, taking stupid shots that he should never take, but he does for some reason. And Howard, I'm not sure if this happened, but from what I saw, he got a technical for standing outside the bench. I don't know why referees even care about that, bro. That's just tell him to go on the bench. Just give him a warning. Don't give him a technical. That's just dumb. And then Rondo, there was a nice play with him when he, from half court, lobbed it to DeAndre Jordan for N1, and it was beautiful. That was nice. So Rondo being a key addition to this team. LeBron, man, I'm pretty sure he's gonna take a backseat this season, and he should because playoff time. He's gonna be that guy. We all know how good LeBron can be in postseason, and he's in his 90th year, so it would be wise for him to take that year off, that season to really let the other guys flourish. So that postseason time, it's LeBron time, baby. Oh my gosh, imagine if we have Lakers playing Miami in the finals again. Oh my gosh, man. Miami played yesterday as well. And without their core players of Butler, Adebayo, and Lowry, they already look solid. Tyler Hero straight up went bananas, man. If you want to know more about that, go watch this video where I talk about yesterday's two preseason game featuring the Bulls and the Pelicans, and then the Heat playing the Spurs. Oh my gosh. Crazy, crazy game.